For a few minutes, the internet stopped working the way it was supposed to. Not everywhere, not all at once, but just enough to make something clear in hindsight. The world's digital nervous system is far more fragile than anyone likes to admit. And what's unsettling isn't that it happened. It's how close it came to being much worse. Because it wasn't caused by an attack, a war, or a catastrophe. It was caused by one person doing their job. Most people imagine the internet as something abstract, a cloud, a concept. But in reality, it's a physical system made of cables, routers, data centers, and routing rules quietly negotiating with each other every second. These systems are designed to be resilient, redundant, self-healing, but they also rely on trust. Trust that the instructions being shared are correct. And on one ordinary day, that trust was misplaced. The man at the center of this story wasn't a hacker. He wasn't trying to break anything. He was an engineer, working inside the rules of the system, making a routine change, a configuration update, something done thousands of times before. But this time, the change behaved differently. It propagated faster than expected. It told other parts of the internet that a path existed where it didn't, and the internet believed it. Almost instantly, traffic began flowing into a void. Websites slowed. Services became unreachable. Entire regions experienced outages that seemed random and disconnected. To most users, it looked like the internet was just having a bad day. But behind the scenes, engineers watched something far more alarming unfold. The system wasn't under attack, it was following instructions, and that made it harder to stop. As the minutes passed, confusion spread across network operations centers around the world. Teams saw traffic rerouting in ways that made no sense. Attempts to correct it sometimes made things worse. Because the internet doesn't have a central switch, there's no master control room. Fixing a global problem requires thousands of independent actors to realize they're all experiencing the same failure and agree on how to respond. Eventually, the error was isolated. The announcement was withdrawn. Routes stabilized. Traffic returned. To the public, the incident barely registered. A hiccup, a slowdown, something quickly forgotten. But inside the engineering community, the implications were chilling. This wasn't a sophisticated exploit. It wasn't malicious. It was an accident. And it exposed a weakness that still exists. Because what this event proved is that the internet can be misled, that its safeguards are not absolute, that a single trusted voice, under the right conditions, can quietly redirect massive portions of global traffic without tripping alarms designed to stop attackers. And if one person can do that by mistake, the question becomes uncomfortable very quickly. Since then, improvements have been made, filters tightened, monitoring enhanced. But the fundamental structure remains the same. The internet still runs on cooperation, on shared assumptions, on the belief that everyone is playing by the rules. That belief is what makes it powerful. And what makes it dangerous. The man who caused the outage returned to his job. The world moved on. But the system learned something that day. Or at least, it was supposed to. Because the next time the internet goes quiet, it may not be an accident. And the most unsettling part isn't whether it can happen again. It's how easily it already has. If stories like this matter to you, the ones hiding beneath the systems we rely on every day, you'll want to stay here. Because this wasn't a one-off, it was a warning.